Welcome to Weakness to Peakness. This is Adrian here, where you guys get to watch me go from a potato to hopefully French fry. Today's real quick coverage is really going to go over kind of my graph of the first week. You get to see a capture of where I started, where I'm at now, and a little bit of the graphs that you will find if you use the Macrofactor app to go through your own journey. This is only my data, and this is only 1 week. I'm hoping to continue on the same trend. I'm sure I probably will see a slowdown as my calorie deficit, etc. I'm sure is going to start to weigh on my expenditure or my natural BMR or my normal rate of burning calories without doing any exercise, etc. But hopefully this is going to work out good. Again, this is only 7 days of my 100-day fitness challenge I've taken on. And thank you for joining. Let me cover kind of where I began. This is day 0. As you can see, I was 250.1 pounds. For your reference, 5'5", a short dude. I don't know, what do you call them, short kings now? I'm not a king. I look like the Jester more right now. But one day. And at 250.1, I was sitting at a BMI 41.7, body fat 45.3. This is pretty drastic. But you can see a lot of the measurements. This is coming from my scale, which is giving me a little bit of other measurements. And just within these 7 days, you'll see that actually I've improved my skeletal muscle, my water intake, and some of my fat has been reduced. Day 7, I am now officially 10 pounds down again. This time I'm a little more excited because it feels like this is actually where I should be. It did seem really off when I lost the 10 pounds in freaking 2 days or 3 days, whatever that was. I felt like it had to be just a water weight or a bad fluctuation on the scale. Just couldn't accurately capture something. This feels right. Still feels a little fast, but I do know that's also because I'm intermittent fasting. I'm on the carnivore diet, and I have so much fat. My body's probably saying, finally, you're getting rid of some of this. It's a good thing. Day 7, I come in at that weight of 239.3 with a BMI 39.9, a body fat percentage of 42.6. Hopefully we'll get to those 30s, hopefully by next week or the following week, and keep pressing. I have gained more muscle, as you guys can see, and this makes me happy. This means I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right things. As you may have seen by some of the graph here as well, you can see I did have a spike back up. This is going to happen on any weight loss journey. You are going to go through really steep declines. You're going to go through plateaus, and sometimes you're going to actually climb back up. Sometimes you have to go over a hill to go back down. So I'm understanding of that. This isn't a race to the bottom. This is a get to where we ideally want to be at the bottom, and how do we then maintain that. So this has got to be a slow process. If I rush there, there's a high likelihood of regaining this weight. Now, the Macrofactor app itself actually gives us a lot of additional great data. You see from these graph cards, I can see that my expenditure rate over the last week has gradually inclined. I started at some midpoint here, I would say in the low 2700s. I don't have the exact numbers here, but you can see that I have now climbed to a normal expenditure rate, or at least projected expenditure rate of 2760. That means that I am now expending more than my normal BMR with my calorie deficit. Calories in, calories out. If I'm taking more calories out than I am taking in, I'm going to lose weight. That should be the basis of it. But also with these other healthy choices I'm making by working out, by eating right, this should mean that my body's going to maintain muscle, lose fat, and hopefully build muscle at the same time. You'll also see there's a weight trend here. The Macrofactor app actually discusses this a little bit of why they have a weight trend versus my scale weight. And you can also see that it comes from the app as well, capturing my scale weight that's very drastic, but there's different fluctuations that may happen, such as undigested food, things that are still in your body, excess water, excess fluid, excess food, all these things that can add to your weight. The less you have or the more you have, you're either going to be greater or lower. Additionally, your body hormonal changes that can actually cause those additional things to fluctuate on a daily basis. There are things that are going to modify that. So this weight trend is actually capturing not just my scale weight, but based on my caloric deficit and my current trend, where I should be in that period. So it's giving me a rough weight, I believe, of 245.4 right now, but with an average weight. This is showing my actual capture of over the week where my average weight is. But that 245.4 is where it thinks I should be at right now. Now I have lost more. Again, this may be water weight due to the fact that I'm on the carnivore diet, but that's the trend that I'm currently on. Additionally, you see the scale weight, which is the direct just input coming from the scale. The scale is going to tell me, and you can see whereas the weight trend is saying I should be down by 4.2 pounds, the scale weight is saying I'm down by 9.8 pounds. Drastic difference, but we will see. Over time, by the time we start going down in the trends, or as the trend markers start to be able to see more history, more than a week, we should see that trend line is pretty steady and concurrent. And there may be times where my scale weight actually jumps above the trend line or down, as I was discussing those peaks, valleys, etc. But hopefully, if we kept continuing on this trend, we should hit our goal very well, very successful. And then lastly, I just want to throw on a real quick card. I promised y'all I was going to make sure I hit my 8K daily. Well, my average steps per day over the last 7 days is 9,715. And like I said, this is a commitment. For me, I have actually found it easier now to take an hour out of my day and just do those steps. If you happen to be a person who can't do that and you happen to be also on the Macrofactor journey or doing your own weight loss thing on the side, or just wanting to be a little more active or help your cardiovascular health. For me, that's one of my main issues, trying to improve my heart. My resting heart rate was really extreme, and I would say woohoo right now. However, I had a day where it kind of jumped back up on its own. My resting heart rate was sitting around 98 beats per minute, that's too high. I have had for the last few days a nice 74, but I did have a jump up to 104 spike that just kind of stayed there for a couple hours. So that's what I'm trying to improve, and I want to bring that score down. I want to get that down to somewhere in the 64 to 65 range. That should be my resting heart rate. That way that I can be more active, I can do those things. And a lot of this is because I'm overweight. But yeah, everybody, thanks for coming along with the journey. This was my quick update for day 7, 1 week in. Remember, we got many more weeks. There's only 7 of 100. I hope to see you guys here more often. And if you have any questions, toss them in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this content. I really enjoy having you guys here. Peace.